everyone, I welcome you all to the new lecture on 5 problems on series. In today's lecture, we are going to solve 5 problems on parallel operation of alternators. This is a problem explanation video, and if you want to know what is meant by parallel operation of alternators and root characteristics of synchronous machine clearly, please visit my previous videos. The links are provided in the description. Okay, so let us start with our today's discussion. 5 problems on parallel operation of alternator. Okay, see, let us consider in this question what they are given. There were two alternators working in parallel. Supply the following loads. Okay, there are 3 loads. Okay, there are 3 loads, and 2 alternators were supplying this. 2 alternators were supplying 3 loads. One alternator is supplying, okay, that given rating of one of the alternator, okay, and they were asking to find the what is the output and power factor of the other alternator. We know that, see here see load 1, load 2, load 3 alternator 1, okay, alternator 1 and alternator 2. Okay, so see, let us consider I'm having, okay, so no need to write all these things. The PDF is provided in the description box, so you can download it later. So listen to my explanation carefully. Okay, if you are having any doubts, please comment in the comment box, so it will be clear for I can explain you later. Okay, so what is the load 1? Okay, load 1, it is having a power rating. Okay, so we'll consider it this way: the power rating, power factor of the load 1, power factor of each load, right? Power factor cos phi, right? From there we can find the value of sin phi, right? And at last, what is the value of Q? Okay, what is the reactive power demanding by each load? What is the value, formula for Q? So what we know, Q equal to S into sin phi, right? What is the value of S? S I can write it as P by cos phi. So what can I write? P by cos phi into sin phi, right? So I can write it as Q as P into tan phi, right? P into tan phi, right? So load 1, it is demanding a active power of 1000 kilowatts. Okay, this is in kilowatts, at a power factor of 0.9. Okay, load 2, it is demanding 800 kilowatts at a power factor of 0.8. Okay, both are lag, right? Load 3, it is demanding, load 3, how much it is demanding? It is demanding 500 kilowatt at a power factor of 0.9 lead. See here, okay, so we will consider the alternator values later, right? Right, so consider, see here, if cos phi value is 0.9, then what is the value of sin phi? Okay, sin phi value will be 0.436. Okay, if cos phi value is 0.8, then the value will be 0.6. Again here also 0.436. Right, now if power if the active power is 1000, power factor is 0.9, sin phi value is 0.436, then what is the reactive power demanding by each load? So what is the formula? Q equal to P into tan phi. So what can I write? 1000, okay, 1000, okay, 1000 into 0.436 divided by 0.9. Okay, here 800 into 0.6 divided by 0.8, right? 500 into 0.436 divided by 0.9. So how much this value will be? This value will be 484.44. This value will be 600, and this value will be 242.22. See here, okay, so what it indicates, it is indicating that the load 1 is demanding 1000 watts, 1000 kilowatts and 484.44 kVAR. Okay, right. So here I will consider it as, here itself I will consider it as kVAR. No need to write in each section again. Okay, so 484.44 kVAR. Load 2 is demanding 800 kilowatt and 600 kVAR. Load 3 is demanding 500 kilowatt, and see here I will write here as minus 242.12. Why minus I am indicating? See here, it is acting at leading power factor load. Okay, it is this load 3 is acting at 0.9 leading power factor load. Okay, so that what it indicates means, leading means it is giving the reactive power into the system. It is see here, generator 1, right, generator 2, right, it is connecting to, we have connected to 3 loads, right, we are connected to 3 loads, right. The first 2 generators are, all the 3 generators are demanding the active power. Okay, the first 2 generators are demanding the reactive power, but the third generator is giving the reactive power. The charge generator is right, the third generator. Okay, the third generator is giving the reactive power into the system. Okay, so that is, as it is acting at a leading power factor load, so that is the reason I am indicated here minus. Okay, as it is giving the reactive power into the system, as how much reactive power it is giving? It is giving 242.12 kVAR. So totally, what is the total active power dividing by the by the 3 of the loads? Okay, this will be 2300, right? Okay, what is the total reactive power dividing by the all the loads? How much it is? 842.22. Now I have to generate my power in such a way that okay, it have to satisfy this both active and reactive power dividing by the loads. Okay, now in the question itself they had given, okay, what they had given in the question, what they had given. Okay, the generator 1 is working at the generator 1 is working at 1500 kilowatt at a power factor of 0.95 lagging. Means what it indicates, G1. Okay, generator 1 is supplying a active power of 1500 kilowatt and it is acting at a power factor of 0.95. Okay, means what it how much will be the reactive power? How much will be the reactive power delivering by generator 1? How can you find? First find out, as cos phi value is 0.95. What will be the sin phi? Sin phi will be 0.3122. 0.3122. So if this is this is cos phi at which generator 1 is working. Okay, then this will be the sin phi 1. Okay, then what will be the, see, this is the active power delivering by the generator 1. Then what is the reactive power delivering by the generator 1? How can you find? What we know, P into tan phi. So how you will find the P into tan phi? 1500 into 0.3122 divided by 0.95. Okay, right. So what is its value? Okay, how can you so this value will be, how much it is? 492.95 kVAR. Means the generator 1 is delivering a active power of 1500 and reactive power of 492.95. Then how much should be the remaining? How much should be the remaining active power and reactive power which have to support it by the generator 2? How can you find? G2. Okay, generator 2. What will be the reactive power? Active power delivered by the generator 2, how can you find? We know that P1, power delivered by generator 1 plus power delivered by generator 2 should support the load power. Okay, so what is the load power? We know how much it is, 2300. What is P1? 1500. So what will be the P2 value? From there what can we find? P2 equal to PL minus P1, which is equal to, okay, which is equal to how much it is? 2300 minus 1500, so which is equal to 800 kilowatt. So generator 2 should supply an active power of 800 kilowatt. Then what should be the reactive power supplied by the generator 2? Okay, Again same, Q1 plus Q2, how much we got? Q1 plus Q2 equal to, right, 842.22. So we know that so from there Q2 equal to how much? So which is QL, load, reactive power demanded by the load. So QL minus Q1, so which is equal to 842.22 minus 492.95. Okay, so this is the reactive power supplied by the generator 1. So how much you will get? Q2, reactive power supplied by generator 2 equal to how much you will get? Q2 equal to 349.27 kVAR. So these units are kVAR. Okay, here kW, right? So at last, what is meant by so we got that the active power supplied by the generator 2 is 800, but what they were asked in the question, they asked what is the active power delivered by the generator 2 and what is the power factor, what is the power factor of cos phi 2 of generator 2. So how can you find the value of cos phi 2? Okay, so cos phi 2 equal to, so how can we find? P2 by S2. Okay, what is S2, right? P2 means how much here? 800 divided by S2, what can you write? P2 square plus Q2 square, right? So which is equal to 800 by square root of 800 square plus 349.27 square. Okay, so you will get it as 0.916 lakh. Okay, as it is sending the reactive power, as it is delivering the reactive power into the system. Okay, you have to write it as, right, lagging. Okay, it is acting at a lagging power factor of the load. So at last, what is the answer? 0.916 lag and 800 kilowatt. Okay, so as I have said, okay, the complete solution I have provided in the PDF, which is provided in the description box. Okay, you can download it later. Okay, so everything I have written clearly here, right? So the cost value, okay, cos phi 2 and P2 value they were asking, right? P2 value how much we got? 800, and cos phi 2 value, right, 0.916 lakh. Okay, second question, let us see the second question. Okay, so this is a right. So what they were given, they had given two generators which are having the synchronous impedance, internal synchronous impedance of Z1 and Z2, and induced EMF as E1 and E2. Okay, so two single phase alternators operating in parallel have the induced EMF E1 and E2 as, what is the value of E1 they had given? 230 at an angle of 0, right, and 230 at an angle of 10 degrees. Okay, right, having the reactance of Z1 equal to 2J and Z2 equal to 3J. Okay, Z2 equal to 3J. Okay, right, 3J respectively. Calculate the terminal voltage. What they were asking? They were asking to find out the terminal voltage V. Okay, when both were delivering first they were asking the value of V and power delivered by each of the alternator. How can you find the power delivered by each of the alternator? What will be the power delivered by each of the alternator 1? If you consider this as I1 is the current supplied by the generator 1 and I2 is the power supplied by the generator 2, how can you find the power delivered by the generator 1? Terminal voltage V into I1. Okay, power delivered by the generator 2, terminal voltage V into I2. Okay, you can find it this way. When the to the resistor load 6 ohms. Okay, and they are given the load is a pure resistor of 6 ohms. Okay, see, I have said that this is problematic video, right? The description for this problem, okay, the description about this load sharing between the two alternators. Okay, load sharing between the two alternators, current sharing between the two alternators, all these formulas we have derived in the last video. Okay, so you can check the last video, so you can get how this video how this how this expressions we have got. Okay, I have clearly explained there. Okay, so this is a expression for I1 equal to E1 minus E2 into Z. What is Z here? Z is the load impedance. How much it is? 6. E1 value is 238 an angle of 0. E2 value is 238 an angle of 10. Okay, Z2 value, what is Z2 value? 3J. Okay, similar divided by Z into Z1 plus Z2. What is the Z1 value? Z1 value 2J. So after substituting all that values, we will get the value of I1. So how much is so how can you write? I1 equal to E1. E1 means 230 at an angle of 0 minus 230 at an angle of 10 into Z. Z is how much here? 6 plus Z indicates the load impedance. Okay, plus Z E1 into Z2. E1 value 230 at an angle of 0 into Z2 value. What is Z2? 3J. Okay, 3J divided by Z. What is Z here? 6 into Z1 plus Z2. 2J plus 3J in plus 2J into 3J. Okay, right. So you can check my last video. So there we have derived this expression. So after solving all these values, we got the value of I1 as 14.3 minus J 3.56. If you want to write in polar form, you can write it as 14.73 at an angle of minus 14 degrees. Okay, right. Similarly, I2 value. Okay, this is the expression for I2. Okay, this is the expression for I2, right? So we got the I2 value as 22.83 at an angle of minus 3.101. Okay, what the and load current? What is the load current? Okay, what is the load current? What will be the load current? I equal to I1 and plus I2. Okay, I equal to I1 plus I2, right? Okay, so I equal to I1 plus I2. This is a load current. And what will be the terminal voltage? We know that the terminal, what is the current flowing through the resistor? I. And what is the load impedance? 6 ohms. Then what will be the terminal voltage? V equal to I into R. Okay, so you got this much into 6, you will get the terminal voltage as 226.4 at an angle of minus 7.3. right? Now they were not asking the so in the first question they asked the terminal voltage. The answer for the terminal voltage is 226.4 at an angle of minus 7.3 degrees. And now they were asking in the B question, what they were asking, what is the power delivered by the generator 1 and generator 2? We know that power equal to terminal voltage. Okay, see here, right? So what is the power delivered by the generator 1? If you consider it generator 1, the terminal voltage, what will be the terminal voltage into its current, I1 current? Okay, means, so what can you write? P1. Okay, power delivered by generator 1 equal to, right, V terminal voltage into I1 conjugate, or else what can we write? V I1 cos phi. Okay, we have V as 226.4 into, what is the value of I1? I1 value is how much? 14.73 into cos phi, where cos phi is the angle between this terminal voltage and current, right? What is the angle between the terminal voltage? Minus 7.3 and minus 14. So how much you will get? What is the angle between these two angles? Minus 14 and minus 7.3. How much you will get? 6.7. So what is the power delivered by generator 1? 3282.83 watts. Okay, similarly, what is the power delivered by generator 2? Terminal voltage V into I2 conjugate. Okay, so what you will get here? V, what is the terminal voltage? 224.4 into I2 current 22.83 into cos phi, cos angle between the terminal voltage and I2. Okay, see here, angle between the terminal voltage, minus 7.3 and I2 current minus 3.01. So how much you will get? You will get it as 4.3. So what is the power delivered by the generator 2? Okay, 5108.63 watts. Okay, so is it clear for you? Right? So consider, you have to here, okay, here phi is cos phi means the angle between the terminal voltage and I2, V and I1. Then you will find you will get the power delivered by the generator 1 and generator 2. Okay, so the expressions, okay, these expressions, right, how we have written this V1 minus E1 minus E2 into Z, all this expression you can get from my previous video. Okay, that link is provided in the description. Okay, so in the third question, right, now see in the third question they were to what it is written. Okay, so in the second question you can find one more thing also. Okay, right, under no load what will be the, if I ask what is the, if I ask what is the circulating current in the alternators when under no load. Okay, consider under no load, consider under no load, I have not connected that 6 ohms, I have just open circuited the load, then what will be the circulating current? Okay, see, means this is E1 which is connected to Z1, okay, right, Z2 and terminal voltage E2 under no load condition. Then what will happen? See, the terminal voltage of both the generators are not same. Because why? Under no load the induced EMF of both the generators are not same. So what will happen? The circulating current will flow between the two alternators, due to which what will happen? The voltage drop will happen and the power loss will be developed continuously in the between the in between the generators. So what is the formula for IC? IC equal to what can I write? E1 minus E2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. So what is E1 value here? 230 at an angle of 0 minus 230 at an angle of 10 divided by 2j plus 3j. This will be the circulating current which is flowing in between the alternators. Okay, if they ask what is the circulating current under no load condition, this will be the formula and this is the answer. Okay, right, we will move to the third question. Right, see here in third question what they were asking. Okay, consider the third question, see the third question clearly. So two identical three-phase connected alternators operating in parallel share equally a total load of 750 kilowatt at 600 volts and power factor of 0.8. So see here what they had given, the load P load is having a power rating of 750 kilowatt. Okay, terminal voltage VL equal to 600 volts, sorry 6000 volts, and power factor of the load, okay, cos phi L equal to 0.8. Then what will be sin phi L? If cos phi L is a 0.8, sin phi L you will get as 0.6. If cos phi L is 0.6, then you will get a sin phi L as a 0.8. Okay, right. The sync, okay, and one more thing they had clearly mentioned that the power generated by the generator 1 P1 which is equal to P2 which is equal to PL by 2, which is 750 divided by 2. How much you will get? 350 plus 375 kilowatt. Okay, 375. Okay, right. The synchronous reactance and resistance of each machine are respectively 50 ohms and 2.5, 50 ohms and 2.5 per phase. Okay, so what they are given, Z1 is equal to Z2. Okay, synchronous impedance of generator 1 and generator 2 also they are given. Okay, 50 plus synchronous reactance. Okay, 2.5 plus 50J. Okay, so they had given the synchronous impedance also, right? The field of the first alternator is excited so that the armature current is 40 amperes lagging. What they had given, I1 current also they had given as 40 amperes. Okay, now what they were asking, what is the armature current of the second alternator? I2 current. Okay, they were asking to find the value of I2 current and power factor of each alternator, means cos phi 1 and the cos phi 2 value they were asking. Okay, so it's a simple question. Okay, right, we'll start solving it. Right, so what they were given, that given that P1 equal to 375 kilowatt. Okay, so from there what can we write? Right, so what will be the power formula? Root 3 into, okay, what is that? In generator power, how much power it will supply? It will, sorry, Okay, generator 1, how much power? Consider it as Z1, okay, induced EMF of first generator E1. Okay, this is Z2 E2. Okay, I am connecting to some load, right? Then tell me what will be the power delivered by the first generator? How much it will be? It will be the terminal voltage into I1 current into cos of the angle between that terminal voltage and I1. So what I will get, root 3, as it is a three phase system, star connected system. I am writing it as root 3 into, right, root 3 into VL into IL into cos phi 1, right? So which here, so in star connected generator, the low phase current will be equal to the line current. Okay, so we know that IL value also we know. Okay, VL value, how much they had given in the question itself, they had mentioned it as a 600 volts. So root 3 value. Okay, so P1 value, how much it is? The question itself they had given that the power delivered by the generator 1 is 375 kilowatts. So the only unknown term is here cos phi 1. So what can I write? Cos phi 1 equal to P1 divided by root 3 into VL IL. So which is equal to, what is the value of P1? Okay, P1 how much it is? 750 into 10 power 3 watts. Okay, divided by root 3 into 6000 into current, how much? Sorry. Okay, current how much? How much is the current? Load generator 1 current 40 amperes. So how much I will get? Cos phi 1 equal to, right? Cos phi 1, how much I will get? Cos phi 1 equal to 0.902 lagging. Okay, 0.902 lagging. If I know the cos phi 1 value, what will be the sin phi 1 value? Sin phi 1 value equal to 0.431. Right, 0.431. Okay, have you understood here clearly how I have found the cos phi 1 value? Power divided by root 3 into VL into IL. Okay, from there I have found that the value of the power factor of generator 1 is 0.902. Okay, so from there I have found the cos sin phi 1 value, so which is 0.431. Then tell me what is the reactive power delivering by the generator 1? How can I find? Q1 equal to P1 into tan phi 1. Okay, so which is equal to, how much it is? 375 into tan phi 1 sin phi 1 by divided by cos phi 1. How much it is? 0.431 divided by 0.902. So what is the reactive power delivered by the first generator? 179.39 kVAr. Okay, so we have got all the things related to generator 1. These all the things related to generator 1. Okay, so now let us move to the generator 2. Okay, before going to generator 2, let us see what is the reactive power demanding by your load. How can you find the reactive power demanding by the load? Okay, how can you find the reactive power demanding by the load? Okay, QL load reactive power. How can you find? PL into tan phi L. Okay, so what is PL? What is the total active power demanding by the load? 750 kilowatts into tan phi 1, tan phi L, sin phi L into divided by cos phi L. Okay, so what is sin? What is that? What is its value? Okay, so sorry. Okay, so which is equal to 750 into, so what they were given, cos phi L value is 0.8. Okay, sin phi L value is 0.6. So how much you will get? The reactive power demanding by the load is 562.5 kVAr. Okay, so see here clearly. So active power demanding by the load is 750 kilowatt. Okay, reactive power demanding by the load is kVAr. How much it is? 562.5. Okay, this is load. Okay, what is the power delivered by the generator 1? How much it is? How much? Half of the load power. How much? 375. Reactive power delivered by the generator 1 is 179.39. Okay, now how much should be the generator 2 should supply the power? It have to supply 375. And what is the reactive power? Sorry. this is load, this is generator 1, this is generator 2. Okay, so how much should be the reactive power, how much reactive power should generate by the second generator? How much here? Q2, which is equal to total reactive power demanding by the load minus reactive power delivered by the generator 1. So how much you will get? 562.5 minus 179.39. So how much you will get? You will get it as 383 point, okay, you will get it as 383.11 kVAR. So it is clear, right? Okay, so okay, right, so what we got, the Q2 value as 383.11, P2 value already we know how much it is, 375, okay, kilowatt, this is kVAR. Now what will be the apparent power delivered by the generator to S2? How much it is? P2 plus JQ2, so which is equal to 375 plus J 383.11. So what is its value? How much you will how much will be the value? Q S2 as S2, right? 375 plus the 383.11. Okay. So total apparent power will be, you will get it as 536.095. Okay. Now what is the power factor of the second generator? Cos phi 2. So cos phi 2 equal to how much? What is the formula? P2 divided by S2. So how much it is? 375 divided by S2 value how much? 536.09. Okay. 5. So which is equal to, right, 375 divided by 536.095. Okay, you will get it as 0.699 lakh. Okay, so in for generator 2 also we got. Okay, so first what we have seen, for generator 1 we have calculated P1, Q1, cos phi 1, sin phi 1, everything, and then we have moved to the generator 2. In generator 2 also we got P2, Q2, S2 and cos phi 2. But what they were asking in question A they were asking. In question B we have solved the question B. We have got power factor of both generator 1 and generator 2. What is cos phi 1? Okay, cos phi 1 value you got it as 0.902 lag, and sin phi 1 cos phi 2 value, okay, power factor of generator 2 you got it as 0.699. But what they were asking in question A, they were asking the armature current of second alternator. What is the formula? We know that, okay, we know that P2. What is the formula for P2? P2, what can you write? P2 equal to root 3 into VL I2 into cos phi 2, right? Okay, so we know P2 equal to how much? 375 equal to root 3 into what is VL value, terminal voltage, how much it is? 6000 into I2 value I don't know, cos phi 2 value 0.699. okay, just now we have calculated. Okay, so at last unknown value I2 equal to P2 375 divided by root 3 into 6000 into 0.699. So you will get it as 51.62 amperes. Okay, okay, so okay, 51.62 amperes. Okay, right. Okay, so later you can download in the PDF in the description box. The answer is written clearly. Okay, right, let us move to the fourth question. Okay, let us move to the fourth question. Okay, so I will just rub it. Okay, don't worry, the answers are available in the description. Okay, okay, so see here, in fourth question what they were given, it is similarly as the first question. Okay, it's similarly as the first question. A lightning load of 600 kilowatt and a motor of a load 707 kilowatt at a power factor of so there were two loads. Okay, one is a lightning load, sorry, okay, second one is a motor load, load 1 and load 2, right? So load 1, how much it is demanding? It is demanding P, okay, active power in kilowatt. So how much it is demanding? It is demanding 600 kilowatt. Okay, load 2, it is demanding 707 kilowatt. What is the power factor of each load? What is the lightning load? Lightning load means a resistive load which will have a power factor of how much? 1, right? Okay, so power factor will be here 1. Okay, so here how much they are given? 0.707. Then if cos phi values are 1 and 0.6, then what will be the sin phi value? Sin phi value will be 0, here 0.707. Okay, then what will be the reactive power demanding by the each load? How much it is? P equal to Q equal to P into tan phi, means 600 into what is tan phi value? 0 by 1. How much it will be? 0. And second load, how much it is demanding? 707 into 0.707 divided by 0.707. So how much it will be? 707 only. Okay, right. So total, how much is the active power demanding? Active power, how much it is demanding? 707 plus 600. How much you will get? 1307. Okay, so leave about the power factor and the sin phi value. So what will be the total reactive power demanding by the load? 707. In that, one of the machine supplies is 900. So generator 1, how much it is supplying? 900 kilowatt at a power factor of 0.9. Okay, then what is the reactive power generated if cos phi value is 0.9, right? What is the sin phi value? How much it is? Okay, you will get it as 0.435. okay, then what will be the reactive power developed by the generator 1? Q into tan phi. P into tan phi. What is P value? 900 into 0.0435 divided by 0.9. So how much you will get? The reactive power supplied by the generator 1 will be, how much it is? 435 kVAr. Okay, now generator 1 is supplying, okay, this much of power. Okay, generator 1 is supplying this much of active power and reactive power. Now how much should be the generator 2? How much should be the generator 2? It have to supply the remaining power. How much it is? 1307 minus 900. So how much you will get? 1307 minus 900, 407 kilowatt. Okay, so this much should be the active power it have to supply by the generator 2, and what should be the reactive power supplied by the generator 2? This is 435. Okay, so how much should be the reactive power supply it had to supply by the generator 2? 707 minus 435. So how much you will get? 272 kVAr. Now we know the active power delivered by the generator 2 and reactive power delivered by the generator 2. What they were asking? Find the load and power factor of the other machine. Load and power factor. What is the load of the other machine? 407 kilowatt. What is the power factor of the other machine? How can you find? Cos phi 2 equal to, what is the formula? P2 divided by S2. P2 is how much? 407 divided by S2 means square root of P2 square. Okay, S2 will be square root of P2 square plus Q2 square. Okay, 407 whole square plus 272 whole square. 407 square plus 272 square. So how much you will get? 0.83 lakh. Okay, so this is a power factor of the second generator and load on the second generator, right? And the last problem, we will see the last problem, right? The last problem, they had given simple problem. Okay, they had given two alternators. Okay, there are two alternators which are having the both alternators are having the same rating as 25 MVA. is which are operating in parallel to supply a total load of 35 MVA. Okay, so P load is how much? 35 MVA at a power factor of cos phi L equal to how much? 0.8 lag. Right? What is the output and power factor of other machine? Okay, if one of the machine is acting at 25 kilo MVA at a power factor of 0.9, then what is the load on the other machine? Okay, if cos phi L value is 0.9, then what is the sin phi L value? Sin phi L value, how much you will get? 0.6. Then what is the reactive power demanding by the load? How much it is? 35 into 0.6 divided by 0.8. So how much you will get? How much you will get? The reactive power dividing by the load, you will get it as 21 MVA. MVAR. Right. Sorry. It is SL. Okay, this is SL. Okay, right? SL, how much they had given? They had given as, okay, apparent power demanding by the load is 35 MVA. Then what is active power demanding by the load? S into cos phi L. So how much you will get? 35 into 0.8. How much you will get? You will get it as 28 megawatt. Okay, right? QL equal to SL into sin phi L. So 35 into 0.6, so which is equal to 21 MVA. Now see here clearly, load. Okay, this is load. Okay, what is the active power demanding by the load? 28. Okay, reactive power demanding by the load? 21. This is in kilowatt, this is in megawatt MVAR. Right? Okay, now generator 1, consider generator 1. Generator 1, right? Generator 1, how much it is supplying? It is supplying 25 MVA at a power factor of 0.9. Okay, at a power factor of 0.9 means generator 1, if you consider generator 1, right? Generator 1, it is working at S1. How much it is? S1 equal to 25 and cos phi 1 equal to how much you got? 0.9. Okay, then if cos phi 9 is 0.9, then what will be sin phi 1 value? Sin phi 1 value, you will get it as 0.435. Right? Then what is the active power delivered by the generator 1? S into S1 into cos phi 1, so which is equal to 25 into 0.9, so you will get it as 22.5 megawatt. And what is the reactive power delivered by the generator 1? Q1 equal to S1 into sin phi 1, so which is equal to 25 into 0.435, so which is equal to 10.875 around. Now see the table. Okay, so generator 1, how much it is supplying? It is supplying a active power of 22.5 and reactive power of 10.875. Now see the table. What should be the active power generated by the generator 2? How much it should be? It should be P load minus, okay, P load minus P1. The remaining active power had to supplied by the generator 2. 28 minus 22.5, so how much it will be? 5.5 megawatt. Okay, generator 2, how much it have to supply? It have to supply the remaining reactive power, okay, to the load. How much it should be? QL minus Q1. So how much you will get? 21 minus 10.87. So how much you will get? 10.125. So these are the values. P2 equal to 5.5 megawatt and Q2 equal to 10.125. And what they were asking? They were asking to find the output and power factor of the other machine. What is the output of the other machine? 5.5. What is the power factor of the other machine? Cos phi 2. How much you will get? Cos phi 2 equal to P2 divided by apparent power S2. Okay, P2 value is how much? 5.5 divided by S2 value is, okay, so P2 divided by square root of P2 square plus Q2 square. So what you will get? 5.5 whole square, 5.5 square plus 10.125 square. Okay, so how much you will get? You will get it as 0.477 lagging. Okay, right? So these are the 5 problems on parallel operation of alternators. Okay, so we have done 5 problems on Drude characteristics, which is one of the important topic in GATE and IES. Okay, Drude characteristics on of synchronous machine. So that link is provided in the description, so you can check it later, right? I hope my explanation is clear to you. If you have any doubts, you may ask in the comment section. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want more videos on this series, means 5 problems on a series, please comment your topic in the comment section. Okay, I will end this here. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.